Hello everyone, my name is Rituro, and this is My Life in Silver-ish League. My opponent today, level 39 Bronze Leader by the name of Rock, playing Terran on Inferno Pools, and I am playing random. Yes, indeed, it's one of those good old-fashioned play random, humble yourself, learn another race matches on Inferno Pools, which bears more than a passing resemblance, at least aesthetically, to Yonsu. Oh, remember Yonsu? Of course we do. Anyway! It looks like it's going to be a TVT. I've randomized onto the red Terran in the bottom left-hand side of this 4-spawn map. Rock is in the top right-hand corner. Let's skip ahead to the good stuff. Oh, it has been so long since the last My Life in Silver League. Thank you so much to those of you who were patient enough to wait for the next installment. It has been quite some time, but it is here now, and I am very excited to get through the replay backlog and start sharing these episodes with you yet again. Rock going for the barracks here, as you expect, after the opening supply depot, that is. Putting the barracks fairly deep in his base, perhaps to hide. He perhaps use this little hopping wall here to bring the Reapers down, or at least defend against any Reaper hopping that I might do myself. Leaves his front door exposed. That's not the worst thing in the world if you plan on defending it anyway from two sides with Reapers. At least I assume he's going to be defending with Reapers, since he's putting it right there. Unless this is for a bunker, perhaps, maybe with Marines. But we will see soon enough, as Rock is actually ahead of me on the barracks. I've opted to go the slightly delayed barracks to get the two supply depots up. I am sitting on double supply depot. I am just about ready to get my orbital here with the barracks being complete. Now I am doing a slightly different build order here. As you see, our orbital timing is I'm about halfway behind him. So Rock will be getting the economy boost pretty good, and he's going to fast expand off the back of this, going with the second expansion before the first Marine even hits the field. Now, with no gas on the field, it looks like this fast expand is not intended to be anything other than just pure Marines. You'd think if we saw Reapers, we'd be seeing that sooner than later. As now, both Rock and myself, some delayed micro as I prepare to scout the base. Now, here's the double Vespine gas getting queued up here, and the second barracks, so perhaps the Marine is just for defense. There's already extra barracks being queued up as well. Plenty of barracks being queued up here. Now, am I aware of this? That's the question. No, I'm busy worrying about my own home base here. I do know that these are being constructed, so I am aware of the sudden leap up the tech tree, or at least up the production tree if I'm paying attention. But I know about the expansion. I know there's gas on the way. There isn't any yet, but I have actually managed to get my first Reaper produced here, and he is off to the races, off to go harass Rock in his base, while I have a bunker at the front door with a Marine in it, while I safely expand with the bunker protecting. Back at home, I do have the orbital with one gas here, and now the second barracks is on the way as I try to get my production up to match here, focusing more on getting that economy up and running. Now this is going to be good for this poor SCV, though, as he is actually chasing. The SCV is stuck here. My SCV will end up getting a kill here. Not too shabby, as now the sudden, intense front door bunker up will be interrupted here by the Reaper. Takes down two SCVs for his trouble, and now with an SCV helping to poke down, this Marine will fall as well. Thank you, Mr. SCV. He will die for his trouble, but so will that Marine. The trade is looking pretty good here. Three SCVs for one SCV. Pretty good here. There's also a Marine thrown into the mix as well, so already looking really good value for money as Reapers now regrouping here. Looks like two of them all set up here to go up the little ledge here and do some little hopping. Marines are being produced here 3 at a time before Rock to try and hold that upper ground, you would think. Problem is, they're not going to be on the field nearly in time to stop this little harass move here from the Reapers, who are now aware of the triple barracks, but they're more aware of these undefended SCVs. Little bit of stutter step micro there to try and draw the entire mining line after them. It's ring around the Reaper. Oh, now here come the Marines to try and stop things, but the problem is all these SCVs, they could be mining. Some of them are even holding minerals, all being kited around, and you do not want to try and play the kite game with Reapers because, spoiler alert, they always win. Reapers always win, and now, oh, so many SCVs dropped. The Marines are trying to cut them off, and they will as the Reapers fall back. One more Reaper now on the way as the barracks number 3 and 4 are complete for me now, as I have a reactor here now capable of pumping out Reapers doubly as fast. Though I am going with Marines to get some more ground troops on the way here. Tech Lab is now on the way to make sure I have that all-important stim pack up and running. Orbital now happening at the expansion. Orbital is done at Rock's expansion, so on the orbital count, he's actually ahead of me. The problem is he is just not getting anything done with it, as the SCV drop was fairly substantial. He is back up to 19 workers, having pulled everybody off of gas to restock his minerals, which is not the worst idea in the world. He had enough gas to do what exactly? Now, I don't see any gas actually being mined here for Rock, so I take that back. I don't think he ever actually had any to begin with. Stim is being done by me. Now we're seeing workers being pushed over to gas. Yeah, I don't see where he would have spent that gas, if at all. Look at the units tab here. We see 60 Marines on the field for Rock. There's a scan for me revealing everything that's on that upper ledge, which means the Reapers have just enough room to skirt by and go right into the line again, going after the building workers to delay all the construction of the engineering bay. The double engineering bay will be delayed, as the workers and those, and the mules as well, taken down. Those mules will time out, so it won't be that big of a loss for Rock. He has been good mic protection by Rock, try and pen the Reapers in. Problem is, SCVs not so good with the range, but the double split there. Good job by the Marines taking down all but one Reaper, but that one Reaper is still gonna kite the SCVs into a corner and gets a few for his trouble, so making sure his life counts for something more. SCVs drop the economy. Actually, that does even up the supplies quite nicely. So down at the low ground here, at the, I suppose, be a third expansion here for Rock. There is now a ball of Marines waiting to play, as there are already full marined up bunkers here on the front door, with supply depots providing not a complete choke point. I mean, it's not, airtight. I can just walk past it if I need to, but it is something Rock's gonna have to be aware of, as now I have hit my supply cap of 54. Am I building off the back of this? I am not. It looks like Rock has not resumed construction of the engineering base, so this is going to be severely delayed for Rock, though he is putting triple reactor on. There's no stim on the way here, though. That 4th and 5th barracks, 6th barracks, 7th, oh my goodness, it's an infantry explosion for Rock. Now, I would assume at least some point in here, we will see Tech Lab's factory also on the way, going up the tech tree in 2 factories now, in a hurry, as Rocky's floating quite a few minerals here, so why wouldn't you? Scanning now, the front door is fairly well defended, as I have Marine Marauder on the front door. You're ready to try and bust things down. Now, that's not going to be enough to do it, though. Stim is done. Combat shields are almost on level, and weapons about 2/3 done. Another bunker on the way here for Rock, as he tries to keep the front door under control while he gets his barracks underway. Now, these engineering bays still sitting here, have not been resumed. Oh dear, those upgrades are going to be delayed even further. Meanwhile, back in my base, I do have missile turrets in the line here to stop against any drops, against any tech that comes my way. I do have 4 barracks pumping things out. My engineering bay is complete. 2 factories of my own completely done here. Double tech lab complete. You know what that means? It's probably time for some siege tanks on the back of this, one would think. And I go up the front door and I'll just walk past. There's the stim taking down the bunkers, and Rock is trying madly to wall in his mineral line. The problem is there's nobody there. And with no defense, I'm just ignoring the bunkers. Goodbye, good night, thank you very much. All those minerals will be wasted now, as there's another stim going after the trailing units as we walk right into the maw of it. Probably not the best use of units there. Considering the choke point that I had, it may have been a better idea to just go back and use this as a funnel and draw the units into a tighter choke point. Kind of threw the army away there. Could have perhaps ended it at the 12-minute mark, but instead it buys Rock some time to try and get his army back in order. He is floating enough minerals to just spam Marines and get bodies on the field. He has factories up and running, so he could very easily get his army up in a short amount of time. Plenty of resources on the field. 800 mineral, 700 or 600 Vespine for Rock. Still, oh, the engineering bays. You gotta feel for the construction crews of those engineering bays. They were so good at what they did. Nobody thought they could construct better. Those poor previous engineering bay constructing SCVs who are now dead. They were exploded by the Reapers. Ring around the Reaper certainly paid for itself. Nothing coming out of these factories, though. No upgrades whatsoever. It's pure Marine spam. 10 at a time here for Rock, and why not? However, that bio ball may run in trouble once the siege tanks are there and ready to rumble. The army is being rallied right at Rock's front door. That's not going to be good. Marine Marauder showing up to the party. Meanwhile, Rock is doing his own job here of getting the pits. Now, from the low ground, looks like I am able to get a decent angle here with the scan, and down will go bunker number 1. Chip, chip, chip. Why bother waiting for the siege tanks when you can just chip it down yourself? Combat shield equipped Marines doing their job there with a little bit of stim. No medevacs backing this up, which is a bit of a misstep by me here. I do have the siege tanks coming in slowly. There are the siege tanks. 1 siege is up. That should give us the sight we need, and kaboom! Thank you very much. There's the stim. Up the front door we go. Down go the units on the ground there. The bunker should be next. And indeed, down goes one. Down goes two with a little bit of burn damage. The army is obliterated. But the siege tank will manage to get a few pot shots off here. With a few Marines coming in to reserve, I don't think they'll be able to say the siege tank. Indeed, they will not down to the siege tank. 2 Marauders. We're going to be against a ball of Marines here. Upgrade comparison, I do have level 1 weapons on that Marauder with tanks showing up. The cavalry arrives at the last second to save this Marauder. And here come the Marines. They will burst down the Marauder. However, these siege tanks will not have it. One in siege tank, one in pom-pom mode. The Marines move into close range to try and take it down. And it's not a bad idea. The problem is the tank that is still alive is going to continue being alive and will mop up those tanks with help from the Bio-Marine Marauder, now taking down the supply depots and bunkers. A little bit of burn damage to take care of that. A little bit of stutter now moving into the base. The Marines are just in the A-move mode. They are not focusing on the tank. Focusing on the tank would be massive. There's the focus down of the tank. They will now focus on the Marine and the Marauder and his own tank. Now, down here, Rock has now matched my tanks with his own tanks. He has double tech lab on the way, producing those tanks as fast as he can. He's got the minerals to do so. Resources are not a problem here for Rock, and he does actually have the second base after all of that. After all this, he is still mining. And the siege tanks taking their free pot shots at those rallied Marines, so the army will regroup here and reinforce. Back at home for me. Main base, still doing a decent job. Scan here reveals he's got the 2 tanks and a ball of Marines on the high ground. Pretty good defense to hold with concussive shells on the way, as well as level 1 armor. Meanwhile, oh, look, they're finally done! They're finally done! Oh, good job, SCVs! They've finished the engineering bay. Truly, it is a wonderful, magical day for all involved. 4 tech labs are built onto the back of this. Now, is this going to be for Marauders? Is this purely for Stim? I guess we'll wait and see here. Plenty of resources in the bank here. I'm actually floating a ton of Vespene here. I could go up the tech tree fairly easily. Instead, keeping production actually fairly low here. Probably because I'm focusing on macro. We have Widow Mines on the ground here and siege tanks trying to do a soft contain of this base. Rock actually supplied at that 70 here. There's the scan, scaring off those siege tanks with my own siege tank right at the edge of range there. Won't be able to take down the supply depot. We'll get it to burn. It will go into burn. And the question is, will it be noticed here? Rock now working on his own stim pack, combat shields, and concussive shells all at once here. There's another scan. And his that scan actually by Rock reveals the Widow Mine and takes it down. So the soft contain will not go much further. Now this supply depot is still burning. Has Rock noticed? Will an SCV pull off the line to save it? I don't think so, and Rock's supply blocking problems will be back again. 18, 17, 15. Oh, this poor supply depot. Nobody loves you. Nobody loves you, supply depot. Rock now back down to 102 supply on level with me, where I am currently capped. More supply depots on the back, as well as an armory. As level 1 armor is complete. Do I go to high sec or building armor? I don't think I do either here. I do have triple starport on the way, though, back at home. So I try to go up the tech tree myself and try and win this game here with 3 starports and 2 factories. I think you can, safe to say here, I would probably be wanting to go at least 1 tech lab and get bandits to counter these siege tanks. Triple siege tank now on the low ground with the scan and going active by the fire army, actually moving out to meet this. Not the right idea with my own bio in reserve. And Rock is now fully supply blocked as those forward supply depots have been eliminated. Thankfully, there are plenty more supply depots on the way here. 4 more for Rock, as well as 3 starports of his own as he attempts to go up the tech tree. Now, he's in a bit of a pickle here as the main base is almost completely out of minerals. Only 2 of 3 on gas, so his gas production will be fine for the time being. 1, 2, 3 starports. There they are. That barracks actually lifting off. I would assume to allow the starport to pop in. And he's going for a little right here, actually, is this barracks, perhaps. He's going to the front lines to, I assume, provide a little bit of a bulwark and a forward rally point. Get more units on the front line here, not a bad idea. Meanwhile, I am supply locked at 110. And 3 more supply depots on the way should help alleviate that. There we go, 118 units coming out the front door. Once again, triple tech lab. This must be for cloaking and banshees. I would assume that's what I'm thinking at this point. Second base, well, mining yard, pretty good saturation here. There's the cloaking, there's the banshee. Actually, I'm once again behind my supply block now being lifted. There we go. And this is the point where you'd want to expand. And sure enough, there it is. There's expansion and keeping that mineral cost down. Lots of SP being floated. I could go Ravens, actually, if I wanted here. A little Seeker Missile Barrage to take care of that bio pretty darn easily. Rock is in the exact opposite position. He is low on Vespene, floating quite a few minerals. Oh, 39 workers! All right, let's discuss here. Let's discuss. You know you have too many workers when this is a thing. with that much in the bank, he could very easily expand to another base. He is instead going with just the mass marine spam out. Again, not the worst thing in the world there from Rock, but he's now spent his money with that site on the high ground. Actually, the barracks is doing its best job as a forward scout, and my army ops to, wait a minute, that's a bad idea. Don't walk up the front door, not the best idea in the world. Barracks doing its best job as a floating scout. As the army slowly comes together here, as we begin going looking for expansions, wondering, okay, he's still in this game. He must have an expansion somewhere. But no, he does not. And here's the best part. We have a dropship finally. Man, it's so late getting these medevacs on the field here. There we go. Some Hellbats as well on the front lines to go with them. Spend those minerals while you got them. Why not? And here we go. Ravens are indeed on the field, being spammed out, burning off that Vespene, now flipping over back to Banshees. And once again, oh, look at this. What do we have here? A little bit of a stealth drop up the side, going after the tech, going after the production facilities. As the low ground units being moved up, their siege tank being hot dropped up by the medevac, and the army is suddenly in a position to actually do some damage. Now the siege tanks on the low ground are heading in the bio, and with triple medevac on the other, that is a healing advantage for Rock, but it doesn't matter against the sustained fire, and with scouting from the medevac, the army will vanish. The backdoor assault has worked, and now it's time to go up the front door. There we go, bring the army in over the Reaper ledge. It was home to a Reaper drop not that long ago, and now here come the Thors! Oh, Thor. So good to see you, Thor. And with the backdoor now attacked, the army's realizing, wait a minute. Oh, we've been duped. We've been super duped here. They begin pushing at the front door. Ravens floating right over top here. I don't think they'll be able to get to the mineral line here, nor will they need to, that they will delay the army as the army splits. Some going up the front door, some dealing with this low ground. There's a stim from Rock, but it's not going to be enough as the Seeker missiles showing up at the clutch time. The bio vanishes, the tanks shortly thereafter, and the Thor bio tank combo with a little bit of support from the Banshees finishing up the rest. Rock is defeated as the flanking units have wiped out so much production. Not a bad job here. I will say this, when you're floating that many minerals and you have at least 3 bases worth of SCVs, that is a good time to expand. Unfortunately, Rock not able to expand, and I pick up the victory. Just another little slice of my life in Silver-ish League. My name is Rituro. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. If you like what you've seen, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, tell all your friends about the videos being hosted at youtube.ca/steelswords. Of course, you can watch these episodes as they're recorded live on twitch.tv/Rituro, or you can follow me on Twitter at @ThatRituroGuy and find out about all your Rituro-related news. Once again, my name is Rituro. This is my life in Silver League-ish. We'll see you next time. Completed.